Hello. Good afternoon, everyone. We all gather here for a panel discussion on NEP, redefining school education and crucial role of school in Atma Nirbhar Bharat. First, let me introduce the core and dedicated team of School Innovation Council of DAV Public School, BHUPINDRA Road, Patiala. Our worthy principal, sir, Mr. Vivek Tiwari, as the chairman, Mr. Pankaj Sharma, Ms. Anjali Gupta, Ms. Deep Shikha, Ms. Upasana Madan, and Ms. Geeta Sharma as the school innovation investors. They have taken 72 hours training from last 1 year. Other members of School Innovation Council are Ms. Nemi Chigal, Ms. Kirandeep Kaur Bawa, Ms. Priya Kapoor, Ms. Akanksha Garg, Ms. Rajni Kapoor, and Ms. Kamini Sharma. We will start with our panel discussion. NEP, National Educational Policy 2020. NEP has been launched by Union Cabinet on 29th July 2020. It is first educational policy of 21st century. 5 pillars of NEP, National Education Policy 2020 is access, equity, equality, accountability, and affordability. First, our worthy principal, sir, Chairman Mr. Vivek Tiwari, his renowned CBSE resource person. And till date, he has delivered more than 200 sessions in 150 schools of Punjab and Haryana in various modules of CBSE, that is life skills, value education, happy classroom, ethics, NEP, competency-based education, and experiential learning. I request sir to please start so that we get to know the key principles of NEP 2020.
When we talk about National Policy on Education 2020, it's a lot to talk about in detail. But as the 5 pillars depicted by Madam Upasana, it very clearly states universalization of education and then qualitative approach to ensure that is accessed by all the students falling in that age bracket. When we talk about equity, it is ensuring that every child, depending on the kind of capabilities and abilities he or she carries, is supported by all forms and all resources by the pedagogues of that area. And that's what we all as educationists need to contribute, and every policy is good in itself, but where we lack in implementation, execution. The spirit of NEP 2020 is very clear. It has no ambiguity. It clearly states that we need to ensure experiential learning with competency-based education, where the 21st century learner, they are able to get on to critical thinking, creative thinking, and problem-solving approaches. When we talk about further, NEP 2020 talks a lot about the process of pedagogy into the classrooms. How the transaction would take place. How a teacher need to create a lesson plan that would cater to the needs of the young learners. So I stress upon many of policies talk about the administrative reforms. It is fortunate for all of us where this policy is talking more about the process, because ultimately it is not the content that is important, it is more important that how you deliver the content. So all the teachers, all the educationists and academic leaders, they need to look into and probe into how we can contribute to make that process as per the needs of the young learners. Many a time it happens, we create certain things which suits to our design, which suits to needs of the teacher. But now is the arena where we need to look into the needs of the young learners, how we can watch that all 40 children sitting in the classroom, their different needs are taken care of. There may be one child who is a visual learner. The walk model that we talk about, visual, auditory, read and write, and kinesthetic learners in your classrooms. Is your lesson plan based upon catering to the needs of all type of learners in your class, and how you can engage the students for the full time that you have in a period? There are certain highlights of this NEP. If we keep on talking, it will go unended. But my request to the panelists here to probe more so that we can explore and understand and implement in right spirit. So I'm sure with the discussion, we would discuss more about it. Over to all the panelists. I'm sure it's going to be very productive for all of us. Thank you.
As I said, it's endless discussion on NEP 2020. My very first question, what actually the new education policy is? 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4. How it leads to holistic development of child. My first question, that is to Mr. Pankaj Sharma sir, lead to the holistic development of child.
I am privileged to answer this question. In the new system, students will spend more time in schools. Mainly it consists of 4 stages. First stage is a foundational stage, which will develop the basic skills and knowledge required for learning. Second stage is preparatory stage, which will help students to develop their understanding of concepts in various subjects. Third stage is middle stage, which will help the students to develop the core academic skills like reading, writing, and basic language competitions. Last stage is secondary stage, which will help the students to have the opportunity to choose from a range of electives, including languages, arts, and vocational subjects. So these stages will help the students in holistic development. Thank you.
Well said. Towards a holistic development, and here the curriculum plays important role. Next question to Madam Deepshikha. As new NEP says, curriculum should be reduced. How that reduction in curriculum, I must say the bagless schools, how it can lead to Atma Nirbhar Bharat? Over to you, ma'am.
As our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji stated, that this new education policy is a major milestone in making India Atmanirbhar. So this policy basically is focusing on quality education, not on quantity. There's going to be total paradigm shift from rote learning. Like sir said, it is not the product oriented, it is going to be process oriented. So from learning merely be able to repeat from books, the focus is now on solving the practical life problems using critical thinking, discussion and inquiry. And when the child is in the center stage, he's learning at his own pace, there comes the role of reduced curriculum. Because then it will enable the students to accomplish achievable targets and objectives. And when the achievable targets, the goals are achieved, they are more authentic. They are more skill oriented and they are enabled to tap their potential talent, thus leading to skilled force, thus leading to Atmanirbharta. Thank you.
Very important to assess the child. NEP assessment. And 360 holistic report card in NEP plays very important role. Now Madam Geeta Sharma will tell us about assessment and 360 holistic report card. Over to you, ma'am.
Assessment is always a very important part of education system. According to new education policy 2020, assessment would be regular, formative and competency based. Of course, certain part of that formative assessment is already there, but new structure will improve the methodology. It will bring more clarity and authenticity in the system, which is very important because the main focus is on experiential learning. And National Assessment Center, that is PARC, has been formed to bring or to bring standardization in our system. Standardization in all the school boards which are recognized school boards, and it will continuously monitor the assessment as well as the evaluation part of all the schools throughout the country. And when we talk about 360-degree progress card, of course the present report card would be replaced with 360-degree progress card to view the continuous progress of the students, and it will include knowledge, skill, competency, along with that attitude and values also. And there will be peer self-assessment besides the teacher assessment. So definitely we are looking forward that it will bring definitely a good change in our education system. Thank you.
Skill is a need of an hour, and of course towards Atma Nirbhar Bharat. What actually the skill is? Skill is to do something very well, in a well-mannered. And NEP focus on hands-on learning. NEP focus on skill modules. NEP says that at a very early stage, middle stage, that is from 6th class, the skill modules should be introduced. And these skill modules are artificial intelligence, designing thinking, rocket, medicine, satellite, vaccines, mask making. By introducing these skill subjects at such an early stage, definitely it can, with their passion and with their zeal, the student will do that subject. And 70% will be practical based. And NEP and CBSE jointly, they have given that one circular is there where it's written that it will be online classes can be given to the students who have adopted these skill module. And by adopting these skills, we can lead to Atma Nirbhar Bharat. And of course, when they have that skill in them, they can make their own products. They can start their own venture. And at the end, we are in one campaign, that is Make in India. This is actually the need of an hour. So my next question is to Madam Anjali Gupta. How the vocational training leads to this skill assessment?
Learning is very important for skill development, because learning by doing is the core of vocational training. Earlier, students used to spend a lot of time in learning theoretical knowledge, but with the introduction of NEP and vocational training, they will practically doing the things, and they will have hands-on experience. It will also inculcate various life skills in them, like creativity, critical thinking and analytical thinking. They will apply knowledge to real life situations. And most importantly, I think it will make them job ready. When they will start their careers after completing their education, they will not require any extra training for that. And it will boost up their confidence, and it will also make them a valuable employee for their employer. That is very important for their career advancement. So I think vocational training is the need of the hour.
Yes, of course, this skill and vocational training can lead to self-reliant India. That is Atma Nirbhar Bharat. My next question to Madam Rajni, that how is this NEP, National Education Policy, is linked with technology?
As we all know, the sole aim of NEP 2020 is to universalize education from pre-primary school to the secondary level education. So, one of the guiding principles of this policy is the extensive use of technology in the teaching learning process. Whether the teacher is using the technology or the student, it is on both the parts. So the policy recognizes the value of technology in assisting teachers as well as students within and outside the classroom. So technology can shift the traditional role of teacher into the classroom with the use of smart boards or with the use of tablets, whereas students, they can use the mass information to their perspectives. So if technology is introduced and we use this technology in our education, it will be very, very much beneficial for the education process. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Of course, technology play a very crucial role. And the next, how NEP can make the students self-reliant? My next question to Madam Kirandeep Kaur. Self-reliant India, how the NEP plays a role here?
I have heard Atma Nirbhar Bharat from my every counterpart who is sitting here. So Atma Nirbhar, self-reliant, that's my topic to say about. In country like India, parents, they are so controlling that they even try to take every important decision of their children's lives. Even they try to control in such a way that they are ready to take decisions regarding their grandchildren too. Here, it's a need of the hour. It's really NEP, that is National Education Policy 2020, which will provide so many courses or the education based on experimentation, visualization, creativity, learning by doing arts, and preparing the child for the global education at worldwide level. So it's duty of the school and the teachers as well to prepare the student for crucial life roles by inculcating good life skills and knowledge through the education. So of course NEP will provide such education that children, they would be able to make their life decision at their own. This will certainly develop a sense of confidence among them, and they are ready to face the hard challenges of their life. Thank you.
The next, how NEP can change the mindset of the children. We are talking about NEP. Nimi ma'am, now she will tell us that how the NEP changed the mindset of the children.
Surely it will change the mindset of the students, as the objective of NEP of higher education is to prepare the students for knowledge economy. As we know that vocational courses will be introduced in the curriculum, which will help the students to choose their own field according to the area of interest, and it will uplift the pressure of competitive exams from the students. Moreover, foreign universities could enter India, and Indian universities can also go global, which will stop the problem of brain drain, which is very common these days among the students. Moreover, the introduction of mother tongue at the primary and secondary level, when the child will study in their mother tongue, it will inculcate the skills like creativity, originality of thought among the students. It will enhance their skills like problem solving, critical thinking, and it will also boost their confidence when they will taste the victory by their own capabilities and area of interest. So it will surely change the mindset of people. Thank you.
Stakeholder, that is the parents. What is the role of the parents in National Education Policy 2020? I request Priya ma'am to please answer.
Truly said Upasana ma'am, one of the most important stakeholder, parents. The Indian education system basically has undergone a drastic change over years, starting from Gurukuls to NEP 2020. Basically, the education is not confined to the four walls of the classroom where the teacher and taught are concerned. The parents have an equal role to play in today's education system according to NEP 2020. Basically, NEP demands that along with all the stakeholders, the parents should also come forward and contribute for the effective implementation of this policy. See, at the end of the day, it is a parent who always wants that the child should become a global citizen, and get a gainful employment. And as Deepshika ma'am said, parents focus on product. They are product oriented, and if I am not wrong, Baba ma'am truly quoted, we should more focus on the process. We as teachers have always been focusing on the process, the way it is being carried out in the classes, how the education is being taken up by the children. So it is a need of the hour basically to train the parents for this NEP. It's always easy to train young minds, but challenging task to train the old mindset. Regular PTMs in the school, not only to ensure the progress of the child, but also to tell to what extent this progress of implementation of policies being taken up in the schools is required at the school level. Parents need to change their old mindset, the old traditional educational system, and wherever there is a gap, we need to consult the parents first so that they come forward, join hands with the school system, make the children Atma Nirbhar. Only when the children are Atma Nirbhar, our Bharat will become Atma Nirbhar. Thank you.
Moving ahead, NEP, ideation and innovation, all goes side by side. My next question to Madam Akanksha, how these all, ideation, innovation and NEP plays a role?
And according to one of the latest reports, by 2025, India will have the highest number of people enrolling for higher education. So that is our first step towards advancement. But now NEP is making sure that we are just not giving the quantity to the world. We are also giving the quality, which is very important. Now if we talk about ideation and innovation and NEP, I think NEP is trying to cover up the difference between these three words. Innovation comes with an idea, and NEP is giving the confidence first among the teachers to come out of the box. Now it's just that lesson plan is just not a passive diary that we are writing. It is now an active element in our classes. The way we are assessing the students is not a paper, pen, pencil thing. It is something very active now. The skills that we are inculcating among the students. When a child is confident, he will give feathers to his ideas and it will lead to the innovation. So NEP is trying to do that, and I'm sure with people like us all around, we'll make it possible. Thank you so much.
Moving ahead, what is our role? What is our role as a smart DAV teachers in NEP? That's a very important question. What role we all can play together? That's to you, Kamini ma'am.
Thank you, Pastor ma'am. I would not be wrong if I say that DAV teachers have always been encouraging Atma Nirbhar. We do not create rote learners, rather complete human beings. Now with NEP focusing on child-centered learning, our roles have become more important to act as a facilitators to ensure holistic development by providing multidisciplinary education. Thank you.
As we all know, DAV being the largest education community, we all can work together. And with today's pledge, thumbs up. Together we can.
Together we can.
Together we will.
Together we will.
Thank you everyone.